almost 4,500 years, gold has best performed the most important functions and requirements of money that were discussed in Part 2. Because of this, gold has been used by people to store wealth for thousands of years. It is still used to store wealth today. Very little gold has ever been used by industry. This means that the vast majority of all the gold ever mined is still available for use. It is generally agreed that 160,000 tons of gold has already been mined. That is called the stock. Each year, only about 2,300 tons of newly mined gold arrives in the market. That is called the flow. That amount of flow, or new gold coming into existence each year, is about 1.5% of the stock. Even if gold production were to be doubled, then the growth in gold, which is the money supply, would still only be 3%. In fact, it is almost impossible to imagine how mine supply could be doubled. Enormous new ore bodies would need to be discovered. So the stock of gold is far, far greater than the amount of new gold arriving in the market each year. What this means is that the value of gold is very stable. If for some reason the mine supply of gold, the flow, were to completely cease for a couple of years, then it would have almost no effect on the value of gold. Because of its scarcity, platinum has been suggested by some as a new monetary metal. But in the event that flow was to stop, then stocks of platinum would be exhausted in a matter of months. In those circumstances, the value of platinum would skyrocket. That makes platinum far too volatile for use as money. Platinum is a precious metal. It can never be a monetary metal. If the flow of copper were to stop, then above ground available stock would be exhausted in around 27 days. The first and absolutely essential function of money is that it must be a store of stable value over time. When there is only a small stock of a commodity compared to flow, then the value of that commodity can fluctuate enormously. A new large mine would increase the flow and drop the value of the commodity. A sudden closing of a large mine would increase the value dramatically. Such volatility in supply would cause great instability in the value of any commodity with a small above-ground stock. It is ironic that some people believe gold is money because of its scarceness. In fact, gold is money because there is so much of it, relative to flow. Because of its high stock-to-flow ratio, gold holds its value with great stability. In Part 2 of Understanding Money, we discussed how an ounce of gold would buy a great toga in Roman times and will still buy a great suit in the 21st century. What this means is that because gold and silver have been successfully used as money for so long, it is now almost impossible to imagine how anything else could ever succeed as money. Even if a new commodity appeared that satisfied the many functions and requirements of money, it would still not be able to achieve the high stock-to-flow ratio necessary for real stability of value over time. It is the high stock-to-flow ratio of gold, higher than anything else, that ensures that gold holds its stable value over the longest period of time. That is why gold will always be the very best money. Silver has also been used as money for a similar length of time. For that reason, it has a stock-to-flow ratio close enough to gold's to make it also usable as money. In Part 4, we explore the use of money in the modern era.